What up everyone, ZonoBRAH here coming at you with a new video. Today we're taking a post from the summer school subreddit. Go check it out, it's full of very interesting people with lots of questions and people post their guides. I love spending time there, so you should definitely go check it out. Today we're taking a post from someone called Dylan with a bunch of number after it, but I'll call him Dylan. How to improve on positioning and avoid playing too aggressively. So we're going to talk about aggressiveness, game style, and how to fix those problems. And I have actually really good technique for it, so make sure you stay till the end of the video. But let's read his post first. For context, I'm Diamond 4-ish and mainly play ADC. Alright, I find myself performing well in lane, but then I either position horribly later on, or I try to make way too many aggressive plays and ruin my KDA. I feel like I have a hard time realizing my importance in team fights, and so I will go for needless one-for-one trades, while in handlight I ask myself why even bother. Any tips for overly aggressive ADC like myself? So we're talking about aggressiveness in the ADC role. I want to minimize my deaths while maximizing my influence in the game, but for whatever reason I can't get myself to play safe. Does anybody else have this type of problem? Alright Dylan, I'm glad you made this post because I actually had the very same problem when I was hitting the high platinum ladder, and the technique helped me out so much. But first let's get to your post. You say that you're an ADC player, you're low elo, you're low diamond elo player, and you mainly play a DC and you think you're too aggressive. First of all, congratulations on knowing what is wrong with your gameplay. That will help you get to Diamond 1 and why not like Master or Challenger. Knowing what you do wrong is always the first step on how to improve. And I mean, being aggressive is not a huge problem. I mean, everyone has his gameplay, right? Everyone has its own game style. Some are more aggressive than others, some are more passive than ever. The thing is that you need to find your balance. You need to play enough the game to know when to be aggressive and when to be passive, and like which one is smarter in a given situation. I can't tell you you need to be passive. Like there's not one game style that is appropriate to one game. Like League of Legends is not a video game where you need to be passive or aggressive. It's a video game where you need to balance everything. And that's why it's so interesting. To tell you a story, like when I was platinum, I used to be very aggressive. I used to be very aggressive in my video game experience, in World of Warcraft, Counter-Strike, everything. I used to be always aggressive. I was always looking for action. Just because that's how, I don't know, it's how this is how I am. Not that I'm aggressive or like, yeah, I'm not an aggressive person anyway. I started to understand that I needed to fix my aggressiveness and that I had to calm down a little bit if I ever wanted to be diamond, because I was stuck in platinum for so long and it was really annoying. So what I did is that I started to play very passive, and people used to tell me I used to play like a pussy. And which was actually right. I used to never die, almost never die, never take any risks, and sometimes I used to end the game like 1-0-0 or like very low KDA where I actually lost the game. Like I really never wanted to die, I took zero risk, and it was just really bad. And I didn't get diamond because of that. I decided to design some sort of some other version of League of Legends in my head. And this is what I call the 3-def technique. It's pretty self-explanatory, but the 3-def technique is that play every single game like you had 3-def. That's it. You don't have 10, you don't have 20 defs, you can't be a feeder. If you die more than 3 times, game over. It sounds very silly at first, but hear me out. If you position yourself, if you put this in your mind, that you can only die 3 times, your brain, your actions, your mentality towards the game will shift into a very passive situation. You don't want to die, but you still can die, so you're gonna know when to be aggressive. When an action is going on, you're gonna evaluate the risk, but when you're gonna take the risk, you're gonna bet 1 death on that. And it's how you progress on every game, right? Any risky game, like RPGs, whatever, like, you know if you die, you're gonna die, but you still need to take risk to go from one stage to another. And I feel like if you play League of Legends with this 3 death technique, you will know better when to take smarter decision, and your overall gameplay will be a little bit passive, allowing you to make smarter decision and investing in your lives in a smart way. If you can get a kill, but you're gonna die, but your team can actually get an inhibitor off of that, maybe you should die for it. If you can stop a Baron, but you're gonna die for it, maybe you should die for it. At least you don't do those decisions all over the game, all over the game, all over the game. You will improve your gameplay because you're just gonna shift into a very passive mind, but always ready to take risks to invest a death on an action. It worked for me, and this is how I got Diamond 1 and and above, and I'm not saying it will work for you eventually, but I'm pretty sure it can help you. So what I would suggest is that you try it out and you let me know in the comment down below how it worked for you, and hopefully it can bring you to Diamond 1 as well. So please do try it for the next 5 to 10 games and let me know. It might not work for the first one, you might die like 4 or 5 times because you're not used to it, but after, really, if your mind gets used to it, your gameplay will get used to it, and you will see changes very quickly. I hope it helped you, Dylan, and I hope it helped you if you're watching this. If it does, please share the content if you liked it, and thank you so much for watching.